What if I told you there are only 3 exercises, no weights, no gym, no risk, that can completely transform your body after the age of 60? 3 movements that not only strengthen your muscles, but also restore your balance, bring back your confidence while walking, and might even be the reason you no longer need help getting out of a chair or climbing stairs. It sounds simple, but it's powerful. After the age of 60, many people believe losing strength, stability, or mobility is just part of aging. And while it is natural, that doesn't mean you're doomed to weakness. Did you know you can lose up to 1% of your muscle mass each year after the age of 50? But here's the good news. You can reverse that with simple, safe exercises. The truth is, doing nothing is the real danger. When you stop moving, you lose more than just muscle. You lose independence, confidence, and quality of life. One stumble can lead to a fall, and one fall can lead to a fracture. That often leads to hospital stays, loss of autonomy, and in some cases, isolation. But you're not alone, and you're not too late. In this video, I'll show you the 3 most effective exercises for people over 60. Backed by science, they can be done at home with no equipment. They're gentle, functional, and designed for those who want to stay strong, steady, and independent in every step they take. Want to know why getting up from a chair is more important than it seems? Or how a simple movement lying down can relieve pain and restore back strength? Want to discover the most underrated exercise for preventing falls? Plus, you'll understand why your body responds better to consistent movement than to extreme effort after the age of 60, and how to create a safe environment to exercise without fear or frustration. Today, you'll find out. And if you stay until the end, I'll also show you how to build a simple and safe routine, tailored to your level, even if you haven't exercised in years. Because moving with intention after 60 isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And today, you can start. The real problem with aging, the biggest threat to your health after 60, isn't pain. It's the silent loss of strength. Little by little, without you noticing, your body starts to change. What used to be easy, getting up, bending down, walking longer distances, starts feeling harder. And the scariest part, it happens so slowly, you don't realize it. You start avoiding stairs. You sit down more carefully. You stop moving like you used to. There's a name for this: sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle mass that comes with aging. After the age of 50, we lose about 1% of muscle per year. That means by the age of 70, you could have lost up to 20% of your original strength if you've done nothing to stop it. And when your muscles disappear, so does your stability. 1 in 4 adults over 65 suffers a fall every year. 1 in 4. And we're not just talking about tripping, we're talking about fractures, surgeries, months in bed, and in many cases, the beginning of total dependence. Because a fall doesn't just hurt your body, it shatters your confidence. After that, many stop going out. They stop walking alone. They move with fear, and that fear becomes a silent prison. You avoid walking too far in case you trip. You avoid bending down in case you can't get back up. You avoid moving altogether in case you fall. And slowly, you stop living freely. But the physical decline isn't the only issue. There's also the emotional toll. The frustration of not being able to do what you used to. The shame of needing help. The sadness of feeling like a burden. And often, the loneliness that comes when you stop doing what once made you happy. Independence doesn't vanish all at once. It slips away in small details. When you can't carry grocery bags, when you need help getting to the bathroom, when someone has to help you put on your shoes, when you have to think twice before going for a walk, afraid you might trip, that's when you realize this isn't just about muscle. It's about dignity, self-worth, and your entire quality of life. And the hardest part is that many accept this as normal, as if aging automatically means surrendering your body, your mobility, your freedom. But no, you're not doomed, because aging isn't the problem. The problem is aging without moving. The benefits of moving with intention. Moving your body isn't just about exercise, it's a way to reconnect with yourself. When you stand up on your own, climb stairs without help, or walk with confidence, you're not just using muscles, you're sending a direct message to your mind, I still can. And that message, as simple as it sounds, changes everything. Movement has a powerful effect on self-esteem. When you feel strong, you feel capable. And when you feel capable, you regain confidence. That confidence leads you to do more, go out more, laugh more, take more chances. It's not just about physical health, it's a chain reaction of positive well-being. Studies in aging psychology have shown that older adults who engage in regular physical activity experience lower levels of anxiety and depression and a more positive view of themselves and their role in society. Because when your body responds, so does your energy, your mood, and your outlook on life. Moving with intention also boosts mental clarity. It's not just about preventing physical decline, it's about maintaining cognitive health too. Exercise improves circulation, oxygenates the brain, and triggers the release of endorphins, those feel-good hormones that lift your mood naturally. That's why so many people who start moving again say not just, I feel stronger, but also, I feel more alive. And perhaps most importantly, movement gives you back control. When you regain strength and balance, you reclaim ownership of your body. You don't have to rely on others. You can enjoy simple things again, making your bed, watering your plants, walking with your grandkids. You regain independence, and that's priceless. Even the act of setting a small daily goal, like doing just 3 exercises, creates positive momentum. It gives you structure, purpose, and direction. In times of change or uncertainty, that can be your emotional anchor. Marking small victories like raising your arms or tightening your core is a way of reminding yourself, I'm still making progress. And that progress builds a stronger, freer, more fulfilling life. We often believe we need to do a lot to feel better. But that's not true. A short 15-minute routine each day can bring back the energy you thought you'd lost. You don't need to run, lift weights, or push yourself to extremes. All you need is to move with intention, with consistency, and with care. Because movement isn't just about health, it's about dignity, about telling your body, I care for you, and telling yourself, I'm still here, I'm still strong, I still have a life to enjoy. Exercise number 1, chair-assisted squats. If you could only do one exercise to improve your strength, balance, and mobility after the age of 60, this would be it, the chair-assisted squat. At first glance, it may seem like a simple, everyday movement, but in reality, it's a direct test of your autonomy. Because if you can sit down and stand up without struggle, you're preserving a fundamental skill for your independence. This exercise mimics one of the most essential daily actions, sitting and standing. Something as basic as using the bathroom, getting into a car, or rising from bed, all depend on this ability. And what many people don't realize is that when you stop practicing this movement regularly, you start losing the strength needed to perform it safely. Chair-assisted squats primarily work your quadriceps, that's the front of your thighs, your glutes, and your core muscles, deep abdominals, and lower back. These muscle groups not only help you stand up, but are also key for walking steadily, maintaining posture, and avoiding falls. Science backs this up. Studies published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine show that older adults who perform this exercise regularly significantly improve leg strength, walking speed, and overall functional performance. In fact, fall risk can drop by more than 30% after just 12 weeks of consistent practice. And the best part? You only need a stable chair. To do it properly, place both feet flat on the ground, hip width apart. Lower yourself slowly until your glutes lightly touch the chair, then rise back up with control, without using your hands if possible. If you need help at first, you can use the armrests or back of the chair for support, but the goal is to progress toward doing it unassisted. The most important thing is quality over speed. Moving slowly engages your type 2 muscle fibers, the ones responsible for quick, powerful reactions which are the first to weaken with age. That's why this exercise doesn't just build strength. It improves your reaction time and helps prevent imbalance when you trip or misstep. Aim for 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions at least 3 times a week. If it feels challenging, start with fewer reps and build up gradually. You can also adjust the chair height to make the movement easier. As you get stronger, try pausing at the bottom for a few seconds to increase intensity. Don't underestimate this exercise because of its simplicity. Doing it consistently can make the difference between needing assistance and staying independent. And most importantly, it gives you the confidence of knowing that your body can still support you. Because building leg strength isn't just about muscle. It's about reclaiming your freedom. Exercise number 2, glute bridge. The glute bridge is one of the safest, simplest, and most effective exercises for older adults. It requires no equipment, can be done on a mat or even on a bed, and its benefits directly impact 3 key areas: core strength, pelvic stability, and lower back relief. And to perform it, lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the ground. From that position, slowly lift your hips toward the ceiling, creating a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Then, lower back down with control. It may seem basic, but what happens inside your body during this movement is deeply powerful. This exercise activates the gluteus maximus, the lower back muscles, and the transverse abdominis, a deep abdominal muscle that acts like a natural belt supporting your spine. Together, these muscles form your core, the foundation for posture, balance, and movement. When the core weakens with age, issues like pain, instability, and loss of coordination often follow. The glute bridge helps prevent that. It strengthens the muscles that support the spine, improves alignment, and distributes stress away from the lower back. A study published in the Journal of Back and Musculoskeletal Rehabilitation showed that participants who practiced this exercise for 6 weeks experienced reduced lower back pain and improved core strength and endurance. But the benefits don't stop there. This movement also boosts circulation, loosens pelvic stiffness, and reactivates forgotten muscles essential for everyday movements, like walking, getting up, or stepping onto a curb. When paired with mindful breathing, inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift, it enhances body awareness, coordination, and control. Start with 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions, at least 3 times a week. If balance is a challenge, place a rolled towel under your lower back, or keep your arms firmly at your sides. Focus on lifting with control. Don't push with your feet or overarch your back. If you feel lower back discomfort, begin with a partial lift and gradually increase your range. As your strength improves, you can hold the bridge for a few seconds at the top, or add a resistance band around your knees to increase glute activation. You can even try alternating feet or adding small leg movements for variety. But even at its simplest, the glute bridge rebuilds deep support muscles, relieves tension, and helps you move with more freedom and less pain. Including this exercise in your weekly routine means protecting your spine, strengthening your foundation, and moving through life with less discomfort and more confidence. It's one of those quiet movements that delivers powerful results over time, especially when practiced with consistency and care. Exercise number 3, modified side plank. The modified side plank is one of the most complete and functional exercises for older adults looking to improve core strength, balance, and fall prevention. Unlike the traditional plank, this variation focuses on the obliques, the muscles on the sides of your abdomen, along with the glutes, hip stabilizers, and shoulders. These muscles play a crucial role in lateral balance, and when they weaken with age, falls to the side become more frequent and more dangerous. It's simple to perform, but deeply effective. And lie on your side with your legs slightly bent and your feet stacked. Rest your forearm on the floor, directly under your shoulder. From this position, lift your hips off the ground to form a straight line from your head to your knees. Hold the position for 10 to 30 seconds while breathing steadily. Then switch sides. This exercise not only strengthens your lateral core, but also improves posture awareness, spine alignment, and muscular endurance. These are critical elements for steady walking, turning, stepping up, or regaining balance after a misstep. Scientifically, the modified side plank is well supported. Research published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research shows that isometric exercises like this one increase core strength, enhance balance control, and significantly reduce fall risk in older adults. It's also been shown to reduce lumbar pressure and improve spinal alignment, especially for people with chronic lower back pain. One of its greatest advantages is its low impact. There's no joint compression, and it can be easily adapted. If the full position is difficult at first, you can rest your hip lightly on the floor and lift only slightly. You can also perform it on a bed or with a cushion under your elbow and knees for comfort and support. We recommend starting with 10 seconds per side and gradually increasing to 30 seconds or more, doing 2 to 3 rounds per session. Performing this exercise at least 3 times per week is enough to notice improvements in core stability, posture, and body control. It pairs perfectly with the glute bridge and chair squat for a complete functional routine. It also strengthens the mind-muscle connection because it's a static hold. You focus on posture, breathing, and alignment, helping you train not just your body, but also your attention and coordination. These mental skills are just as valuable for aging well. The modified side plank might look like a small movement, but it makes a big difference. It builds a stronger spine, stabilizes your hips, and restores your confidence with every rep. Add it to your weekly routine, and you'll feel the change, not just in your core, but in your ability to move safely, stand tall, and stay independent longer. How to start a safe routine. Starting a new exercise routine after the age of 60 isn't about pushing your limits. It's about doing it safely, gradually, and consistently. The key is to listen to your body and build a habit you can stick to. You don't need to do everything perfectly from day one. What matters is that you take that first step calmly and with confidence. For most older adults, the ideal approach is to do these exercises 2 to 3 times per week. Spread them out on non-consecutive days to allow your muscles time to recover. For example, you might train on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and take walks or stretch on the days in between. The goal isn't to exercise daily, but to stay consistent over time. Start small, 8 to 10 repetitions per exercise, or 10 seconds for holds like the side plank. As you progress, you can increase the reps or duration as long as you feel no pain. It's normal to feel effort or mild fatigue, but never sharp discomfort. If you have physical limitations, mobility issues, or you're recovering from injury, adapt the movements to your current level. You can perform glute bridges on the bed instead of the floor, or use a higher chair for squats. You might also do just 1 or 2 exercises per day instead of all 3. The goal isn't to go deep or fast, it's to move with control, comfort, and care. Wear comfortable clothes, clear your workout space of obstacles, and keep water nearby. If you feel dizzy, sharp pain, or unusual fatigue, stop and check in with a healthcare provider. And don't forget to breathe deeply before and after your routine. It helps you focus and reconnect with your body. One great tip is to schedule your workouts into your weekly calendar. Invite a friend or family member to join, or leave a comment under this video to share your progress. Accountability, even to yourself, can keep you moving forward. Remember, it's not about how much you do, it's about doing it regularly. Even if you only have 10 minutes, your body will thank you. Over time, you'll notice more strength, better balance, and greater confidence. Because moving isn't just an exercise, it's an act of self-care. And at any age, that has immeasurable value. Closing message. Moving your body isn't just about getting stronger. It's about reminding yourself that you're still in control. Every rep is an act of resistance against time. Every movement is a message. I'm still here, and I can still do this. It doesn't matter if today you only managed 1 squat or held a plank for 5 seconds. What matters is that you started, that you chose to care for your body, not out of fear, but out of love. And after the age of 60, that means more than any perfect routine ever could. If this video helped you, leave a comment sharing which exercise you enjoyed the most, which one challenged you, or which one you'll be adding to your daily life. We read every message, and your words inspire us to keep creating content that's truly for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. And if you know someone who needs this little push to start moving again, share it with them. You might change their day or even their life, because moving with intention is the first step to living freely. And it's never too late to take that step. We'll see you in the next video.